This week On the Road with Mickey, the Disney treasure, food, entertainment, and more.
We're on the road with Mickey. We're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go. We're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he's Grogu. He is still sleeping off his May the 4th be with you activities, isn't he, Sophie?
Oh, yeah, we threw a whole big party, so big the entire planet of Coruscant showed up.
I was going to say, and Palpatine tried to crash it, but we said, no, you go away. And he did.
No, he got, he wasn't invited and he got delayed.
Anyway, we are on the road with Mickey. This is episode 265 for May 12th, 2025. And our featured topic this week is the Disney treasure. We are going to talk about food because we love food. We're going to talk about entertainment. We're going to talk about the staterooms and more. So the Disney treasure, food, entertainment, and more. That's our topic. But first, Brenda is going to start us off with some cheddar from the big cheese. So, Brenda, take it away.
Well, guess what?
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 Kids can save 50% on their tickets from 3 to 9 this summer. They can't bring their parents, but the kids get 50% off. From May 27th to September 20th, 2025, kids' tickets for 3 days or longer will be 50% off.
That sounds
That's
like such a deal.
Yes, and you know, the best thing about this deal is that it can be used in conjunction with another deal for a package.
That's right.
I like it.
Used to never be able to combine deals. Never. But now.
Yes. So
That's
parents,
a good thing.
so parents, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Well, over at the Magic Kingdom, maybe this is something you'll want to do with or without your kids. I don't know. But over at the Magic Kingdom, the Beak and Barrel is going to be opening later this year in Adventureland. And this is a tavern that is themed after the Pirates of the Caribbean. So I think it'll be kind of neat. I don't know exactly when. They just said opens later this year. So hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later.
If it's,
Yeah, I expected it last year.
Yeah.
Well, it probably won't be there when I go in June, but if it is there, I will check and let you guys know.
Thank you.
Please do.
All right, is it my turn? It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Have you heard of the Savannah Bananas baseball team? They are very much like the Harlem Globetrotters, but for baseball. They will be at Disneyland on May 28th. They will be having 2 games at the Angel Stadium in Anaheim on May 30th and May 31st.
That's right. And the Savannah Bananas are like this cult icon, it seems, when it comes to entertainment, because they are so people are just like going crazy trying to get tickets to see them. And what's really cool about this is they have signed a deal with ESPN, and there are going to be some of their games throughout the year at different venues are going to be on ESPN. So so you might be able to watch them even if you can't get a ticket to go see them, because it is a hard ticket to get.
What fun. I saw the one try out in his stilts.
That
was pretty funny.
Didn't see that.
I mean, to be on stilts that are 7 feet high and be able to hit the ball is pretty darn cool, actually.
That is really cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, you can connect with us on our Facebook page and in our Facebook group, on our YouTube channel. Hello, YouTubers. Thank you for watching us. On our Instagram channel, email us at info@ontheroadwithmickey.com and check us out on our website, ontheroadwithmickey.com. Remember, we go back to episode 1, but we're not talking about episode 1. We're talking about episode 265 today.
Man,
Yeah,
crazy.
it is crazy, but it's awesome crazy. So this week we're looking at the Disney Treasure because it is going to be on the seas with Mickey in just a few short months. And we want to learn more about the ship because none of us have been on it.
Yep.
And we want to kind of see if you guys know anything about it, and maybe you can tell us too. But we have some information we thought we would share. So who wants to start us off?
Aunt Brenda?
Okay, Aunt Brenda, it is. It's her week.
Well, what do you want to start with? There's so much to look forward to with this ship, starting with the fact that we're all going to be together. I mean, my goodness gracious, that's going to be the first time ever on the seas.
Yes.
And we get to see this brand new awesome ship that we've heard so much about, and it looks to be the most awesome so far, in my opinion. What do y'all think?
I can't wait, and I think you're right. I would say start with we have some show notes, and one of the things that's first on the list is rotational dining. So why don't you talk about the one rotational dining restaurant that you are most interested in?
Well, I'm going to leave Coco for this special little girl over there. But I have done the Worlds of Marvel show before, the dining experience. So I'm a Marvel girl. And I have to say, it's not as Marvel as I'd like. I was kind of let down by it. I'm sorry. But, you do have a canister of power at your table. And the thing is to get the power up, and they have Ant-Man and stuff on the screen. But, I'm an RDJ girl. If they'd have had an Iron Man on that thing, I'd have been jumping through the wall to get there.
Maybe they'll make an adjustment to it with the one on the Disney Treasure, and he will be there.
Maybe.
You never know what they're going to do. I kind of think it's going to be the same, but I'll tell you, the thing I remember most about my modified menu was how great the dessert was that I got to have, that I could actually have instead of,
What
stuff
did you
they
have?
sometimes have to get me. I don't remember.
What do you
But
mean
it was
you don't
delicious.
remember?
I don't remember what it was called, but it was chocolate and
And yummy.
Okay, that's fair. That is
it was
absolutely
yummy.
fair.
A lot of times I have to do, just a real simple thing. I don't get like the fab desserts because there's always something in it that I can't have. But I actually could have the special dessert there, and it was wonderful. It was a very big treat. And I wish I could remember what it was called. I need to find that out.
I think you should, but
It was wonderful.
that's okay. It's okay. We can't all remember everything. And Brenda, you remember everything. So I'm not holding this one against you.
No.
All right. Well, I think that it would be really awesome because we all know that Disney listens to this just because of Brenda. They listen to our podcast.
Exactly. Yes.
And so I would not be surprised if when we get on the ship and it's our first night that we're eating at Marvel, the World of Marvel, that I would see a little note on our card that says, Brenda, this is for you.
That would be really nice.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
That would be really nice. And you know what? You should explain also how rotational dining works.
I
Yeah,
will.
what exactly is rotational dining?
Okay,
Yeah.
so Sophie, what happens is when you get to your stateroom,
Mm-hmm.
you meet your house attendant, your stateroom attendant, and that is the person that is looking after you for your entire trip. And they are incredibly awesome. You get to know them. They become family. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And then when you get to your first restaurant, it'll tell you what your first restaurant is. And when you get to your first restaurant, you're going to meet a host and an assistant that are assigned to your table. Okay. And you get to know them. They become family also. And what happens is when you eat at, let's say for the first night, we're eating at Worlds of Marvel. When you eat at Worlds of Marvel, then they're with you and they are dressed up accordingly to be themed for that restaurant. And then the next night, let's say we're eating at Plaza de Coco. What happens is they go with you to your next restaurant and every restaurant that you eat at. So they are with you the entire time. So they get to figure out that Sophie likes water, and that they'll have a glass of water ready for you. Or when I was drinking my Diet Coke, they would have a Diet Coke waiting there for me.
Okay.
Or mommy, they would have an unsweet tea for her ready as soon as we sat down, and they would find out what we did on the day. We'd get to know them, and it's just a really phenomenal experience because they become your people, and they know that if mommy wants a Mickey Premium ice cream bar for her dessert, that's what they're going to bring her. Or if mommy really liked some meal at Coco, but and didn't see anything on the menu that she liked at Marvel's or 1923, they would go to Coco and get that meal and bring it back for her.
Wow.
They are very accommodating.
They are so accommodating, and that is what sets Disney apart. They are
when you have
phenomenal.
you get your menus the night before the next night's meal.
Oh.
So that you can already select what you're going to want off the allergen menu because it's made in a completely different kitchen on the ship.
That
so the
is
night
very
before,
nice.
I decide what I want for the next night. And then when Butch orders and they bring Butch's food, they bring my special food that I ordered the night before. They're extremely well versed in how to take care of people.
Yeah, and it was phenomenal. Just the way they treated us. I mean, we were guests and they treated us like we were staying at their house.
Oh, wow.
It was phenomenal. You're going to love it, Sophie. You are going to love it. So that is what rotational dining, and that will continue all the way through. There are 3 restaurants in the rotational dining, and when you've done 3, then you go back and you do another one. And since we're on a 7 night, we're going to do one of them, I guess, 3 times.
Or we're going to do all 3 of them twice?
All 3 of them
and
twice.
Then one 4 times, or 3 times,
and one 3 times, unless we decide to go to a special that's not in a rotational dining restaurant for maybe that last night or something. But we have time to figure that. We have time to figure that out. So,
yay!
Okay. Man, I really wish I could see the menus now, though.
Well, and it varies. So,
yeah, I'm sure it does. The thing to note here, and this is why Aunt Brenda and Daddy are talking so much, I have never been on a cruise before. In fact, I don't even have my passport yet. We're looking to try and get that for me this weekend, just about.
This week, yeah.
Yeah. So I have no point of reference for any of this.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to love it. That's for sure. And then on Pirate Night, whichever restaurant you're at, every restaurant does a special menu for Pirate Night, which is usually something that has to do with seafood. And you get like a bandana left in your room. Well, you can bring clothes to dress completely out for Pirate Night. A lot of people do.
I think I might, because I love dressing up.
Yeah. A lot of people do. And some people are quite elaborate.
Yeah, it's really.
I used to really dress up, and then for the last several cruises, Butch and I just wear these T-shirts that say, "Be authentically you," but on the back it says, "But if you can be a pirate, be a pirate," or something like that. It's just a T-shirt. But
well,
you used to go all out.
My ensemble for pirate night was my Grogu pirate Grogu t-shirt that I've
Cute.
worn.
Cute.
that Cindy bought for me. She ordered it and it came and I wore it.
That's cute.
But they
I think
also
it looks
gave
adorable.
like pirate gear you could put on to accessorize too.
Yeah,
So it was funny. It was so much fun.
it is fun.
All
It
right. So Sophie,
Okay.
I sent you a link that points to the dining, and I'm just curious. So there is the Fiesta on the High Seas, which is
For the cocoa.
Plaza de Coco, and there is 1923. So do you have a preference?
I think personally, I would actually prefer Plaza 23. Just in terms of theming, I'm sure the menus, once I see them, may change my answer, but in terms of theming, I really, really like old Hollywood. In fact, when I was in college, I was studying film, and one of my favorite classes was called History of Film. And it was the easiest class I've ever taken, too, because all you had to do was go to the lecture hall. You could sit in any spot, and it was laid out like a movie theater. You had the giant projection screen, and we would watch Charlie Chaplin videos. That was actually the
that's
place
neat.
where I first watched Casablanca, too. But point is, old Hollywood is my bread and butter, almost as
Okay.
much as Disney is. If Disney is my jelly, old Hollywood is my peanut butter. They go
Okay.
hand in hand.
There are a lot of old pictures in the 1923 restaurant because there's a Roy side and a Walt side. There's pictures of all their
Oh.
history. But the Plaza de Coco is an actual dinner theater show. So I'm thinking you're going to love it.
Oh,
I
well,
think
I'm
we will
sure
too.
I'll love all of them. I may
Yeah.
not like the Marvel as much because it's never really interested me, but I'm sure that all three of them are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Is there
think
a
they
way
will be
to-
great.
Is there a way to make sure that for 1923, though, that for one night we can sit on Walt's side and the other night we can sit on Roy's side? Is there a way to make sure that happens?
You can request what you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would imagine they probably somehow accommodate that.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know though.
You know, they really try to accommodate you.
Yeah, 1923, of course, is named after the year that Walt Disney Studios was founded.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying, it's old Hollywood. So it celebrates the imagination of classic animation and the unwavering spirit of the original studio that started it all.
Yeah.
So it's California cuisine. And so we'll see. I don't know exactly what the menus are either. But,
I'm imagining steak.
Yeah, I would think so. I would hope so.
I know I have
Whatever.
pictures on my phone from the restaurants, but I didn't look them up.
Whatever it is, it's going to be good. That's what we do know.
Yes.
That's for sure.
And then on Plaza de Coco is Fiesta on the High Seas. So be transported to the colorful plaza of Santa Cecilia during this multi-night Coco-themed theatrical dining experiencing featuring the flavors of Mexico. On your first night, watch as Miguel and the town mariachis entertain with lively song and dance. Then on the second night, behold the plaza's transformation to a fun-filled Dia de los Muertos celebration with Mama
I'm glad that
Coco,
was you.
Abuelita, and the rest of the Rivera family. So it's going to be awesome. And
Nice.
it's not going to be the same thing. That's the thing that's really cool is they know this is a 7-night cruise. So you're getting 2 different experiences at each one because World of Marvel is 2 distinct nights. There's Marvel Celebration of Heroes, Groot Remix, and then there is Avengers Quantum Encounter, a special in-person appearance by Spider-Man.
Wow.
So
Like
there's
Spider-Man.
This is going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun.
It
Yeah.
sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there are all the quick service treats, which I think the one that speaks to me the most is actually the Zootopia themed one, mainly because it has the word sweet in it. It's called Jumbo's Sweet, which may or may not be an Easter egg for Dumbo the elephant because his name was Jumbo Jr., but it's a sweet shop. It has treats, candies, ice cream, a whole lot of stuff, and that sounds really, really yummy.
It looks
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. And see, I'm
It's so
thinking,
colorful.
It is such a pretty pink.
I'm thinking Marceline Market is going to be my jam.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, it's meant for like breakfast and lunch.
yeah,
So,
because dinner is rotational.
yeah.
So that'll be really good. So,
And Butch loves the buffet because you got all those billions of boiled shrimp out there with shrimp cocktail, and the man can get 2 platters of those shrimp. Let me tell you, quickly,
Wow.
quickly.
so yeah, there's going to be a lot of good food on this ship. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Sophie, do you want to talk
Yes.
some about the bars and lounges? You pick
There's
one.
only one that I'm really interested in, and I'm sure you can guess which one that is.
Yeah, the
so.
Skipper Society, right?
Exactly.
I
just
know my
kidding.
girl. Do I know my girl or what?
Well, actually, that one does sound rather nice. Like, I'm looking at the picture of it on the Disney Treasure site. It is very pretty, but we're going to scroll up a little bit just so we can look at that dark and moody and purple one called A Happy Haunt at Sea, the Haunted Mansion Parlor.
Yes.
Is that an illusion you see, or is it just your imagination? Sorry, that was my impression of the ghost host.
So great.
Now that I am 23,
Uh-huh.
I have actually been slowly expanding my palate for the 21 and up sort of beverages. And I know one thing, in the words of Jack Sparrow, hide the rum, because Sophie will drink it all.
That's exactly the line he gave in the movie. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know. So I really want to try this lounge. It looks very, very cool. And I promise I won't overdo it for anyone who's worried about that. I'm
I
very good about not overdoing it.
The 999 happy haunts won't care.
They
I
won't,
know.
but we
But
will.
maybe the rest of the mortals who are there might.
Yeah.
That's true.
That
You know
is
what I
so
love
cool.
though about this ship in particular is how much of the parks they brought into it.
Oh, yeah.
More
Yeah.
than any other ship by far.
Yeah. Yeah. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just so many touches, because Sophie talked about the Haunted Mansion Parlor, and we also have the Skipper Society, which is all based on the Jungle Cruise attraction.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it looks like it kind of feels like you are on the boat in the Jungle Cruise, because you got the fabric ceiling and everything like that, and just really cool stuff. So,
Yeah.
I,
Yay.
and these sorts of things aren't things that I normally would go or have any interest in, but on this ship, I have a lot more interest in them because they're
Yeah.
based on things that you find in a park.
Yeah. And of
That's
course,
what I
there
was-
are
yeah.
a few other things that really seem interesting to me. They don't have quite as much information, although I will say the information on the page is a little bit minimal for my liking. But going back to the adult-only spaces, you have the Scat Cat Lounge, which anyone who knows me knows that I love me some beignets at the Scat Cat Club in the French Quarter. But
Mhm.
they have one like that. They have a baby grand piano in this, and it's actually themed around the Aristocats, this lounge. So it's not the French Quarter Scat Cat Club that I thought it would be, but it's a piano bar.
Yeah.
So it sounds really interesting because when I was going to turn 21, my dad was very, very insistent that he take me to Jelly Rolls with the dueling piano. So maybe, since we never got to do that, maybe this might be the substitution. But
That would be fun.
another thing that is really interesting to me is this place called Sarabi. And this is a lounge, but it's a special lounge because during the day it hosts musical performances, comedy acts, and family game shows. So kids are welcome at this lounge during the day, but then once the sun sets, this area becomes an adult exclusive venue with live entertainment. So that also sounds interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and those
They all
lounges are where
sound
they usually will
interesting.
host like bingo and
Mhm.
trivia and all the fun like family games all throughout the day. Now the bingo costs extra, but everything else doesn't. It's all included. So it's just a lot of fun. I can't wait to do trivia together because we're going to really capitalize on having Sophie at our table.
Oh yeah. I know.
I'm
Yep.
very excited.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
they also
excited
have
too.
the Periscope Club hub that's
Mhm.
after the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea theme, and that's going to be super cool. We don't have the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea anymore, but they have
Mm-mm.
it, a lot of stuff from it, I think, still left over that they
Yeah.
either used or used as guides or something, but it looks pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And the way it's themed is it's got a glass ceiling. So it's like you're in a
Ooh.
submarine looking through the glass ceiling of the submarine to see the water above you, which I
Cool.
think will be really cool.
Yes.
So,
We're
Very
gonna have to
cool.
try all these.
oh yeah, at least to walk in and see what it looks like,
Yeah.
even if we're like, I don't need anything or give me an ice
No.
water, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, we
yeah,
could always get a soda or something.
Or a
Yeah.
Just to enjoy the
mocktail.
ambiance, because I'm thinking at
There's
least one
nothing
of
wrong
these is
with a
going to come to
mocktail.
life, I
Oh
think.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
we
think
want to
so
be
too.
in there when that happens. We might have to get a soda and hang out.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Or maybe a mocktail.
There you
Just to
go.
make it seem like it's a cocktail, but it's got no alcohol.
Anyway, we'll figure that out when we get there.
Gonna be
Yes,
fun.
we shall.
Now it's time to talk about the entertainment, the shows. Sophie,
Yes.
Magnificent.
get ready. You know, get ready. That's all I can say because these shows are like you're on Broadway watching them.
I
They
remember
are
you
that
telling me that.
good. They are
That's
that
true.
good. And the first one, the headliner, the premiere is Disney, The Tale of Moana. And I've seen some interesting information about this. They actually made what is it, Tafiti?
Yeah, the
They
island
made
Phoebe.
goddess.
they made a Tafiti
Really?
for the show, and it's huge. It's like
To
huge.
Phoebe. Yeah.
Oh.
So that is
Oh, I can't wait.
I
I'm looking
saw
at the pictures on the website, and they've got Tekka too, the fire demon thing, giant.
mhm.
That is
Yep.
so
Oh, you know
cool.
what?
Their
That's what
musicals
I
are
think that's what I
fabulous.
was thinking of. I think that's what
Yeah,
I
well,
was
I
thinking
mean,
of.
Tekka becomes Tafiti in the movie, so
Yeah.
pretty much the same thing.
But anyway, I cannot wait to see this show.
Yeah, me
It's so,
too.
so
Wow.
good.
And Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
I'm
Beauty
kind of
and the Beast.
I'm most interested for the Disney Seas the Adventure thing because that looks like it has some of the same puppetry things as what's in the Finding Nemo musical.
Yeah. I think you're right. But what's neat about that is it's not just Finding Nemo,
No, because it's
because
also about
it's
Goofy.
Goofy and other characters. So
Yeah.
it says it's complete with favorite songs from such movies as The Princess of the Frog, Moana, Frozen 2, and more.
I'm
But I'll tell
interested.
you, Beauty and the Beast, Mommy and I saw it on the Disney Dream,
Yeah.
and it was phenomenal. And I thought, oh my gosh, there can't be a better show. And so that
Yeah.
that was really cool. And what's really neat about this is you can also watch them on a replay in your stateroom on the stateroom television. So if you want to get another glimpse of it, you turn on the TV and watch it again.
You can even watch it live while it's on stage if you can't go out that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying that on one of the last cruises that you guys were both on, one of your party members got a little bit seasick, so she went back to her room, but
It
still
was me.
watched the show.
It was me.
I thought
Well-
it was Miss Lisa or someone.
No, this is Sophie's talking about on the Dream cruise.
Oh, did
back
that
in
happen
January.
to somebody else? Oh, wow.
That happened to
I didn't know that.
Kim. And
Oh.
and Kim was on the podcast once, but yeah, it happened to her. But she was
Darn.
so excited when she learned that she could watch it
Me
on the
too.
TV, because
Yeah, I
it was
was
so
thrilled.
nice to be able to see it, And
Yeah.
it's not quite the same, but it's still, you get a really good show.
Yeah.
So it was neat to be able to do that. And don't forget, Sophie, we have to remind people, when you're coming on a Disney cruise, you need to bring your popcorn buckets from the parks,
Yeah.
because you need to get you some popcorn to watch these shows with. And you can get a popcorn for like $2 to fill up your popcorn bucket.
That's
And
right. Bring
so
it with you.
bring them with you and just use them, and they'll fill them up, and it's like $2 for popcorn. So
Butch and I love going to the movie theater on the ship as well and seeing new movies that are released. Or I did look at the Disney movie schedule thing as far as what new movies are coming, and there's nothing coming right then. But we have been on before when a brand new movie was coming out that next week, and they showed it on the ship first. But we have seen excellent movies on that ship that we never even knew about, like that one with Tom Hanks where he was he was representing the defector. These movies, like, I've never even heard of them. There's so many vast movies based on historical fiction and things. I'm really into that, and that is just like, some of it is not fiction, some of it is historical fact, but they're really, really great movies that show. It's not just Disney movies,
yeah.
but they're really, really good movies that show in the theater, and they show all day long, every day. So you can just pick something. We watch Black Panther on that. We always watch the Marvel movies on there, but it's really cool to watch the movie in the theater on the ship.
Wow.
That's cool. And because we saw on our first cruise on the Dream, we had 3 shows, and the 4th show wasn't a show. It was the movie Wish. And some of the Pixies that were on this cruise hadn't seen it yet. So Cindy and I sat with Cheryl and her husband Dave, and we watched it together, and they had never seen it, and they were blown away by how good the movie was. But
Cool.
it was in the Grand Theater, not in the movie theater. That was the setting was for that one, because it was, it wasn't a show that night. It was the movie they were showing.
Nice.
And what's really neat, Sophie, is I didn't mention it with dining, rotational dining. You have 2 times for dining. You have early first seating and second seating. And the first seating is like 5:45 p.m. I think. Second is like 8:15 or something like that. And we are currently on second seating.
Okay.
And
wake up late, stay up late.
Well, what happens? Yeah, but what happens is when you're on the second seating, then you see the show before you go to dinner. And if you're on the first seating, you eat, and then you see the show after. You go from there to the show.
Okay.
So that way no one misses it. because
Yeah.
you're able to. They tailor the dining around the show.
Okay.
So
We're on main dining. We're not going to be with you guys for dining. I can't eat at 8 something. It's
well, then
like
I'll see
really
about
late.
changing ours then.
Oh, well, I mean, do what makes you happy. That's just so late to eat. It's like I fast from 6:30 in the evening to like 11:30 the next day. I'll be fasting till 3 o'clock the next day if I eat at 8.
Well, then
Yeah.
we will change. What makes us happy is seeing if we can be on
Oh,
your dining.
that would be
Yeah.
awesome if we could sit all together because we can even link our reservations together and
Yeah.
ask to sit all together
Yes.
Yeah.
if
So
you do that. But please don't. I mean, do what makes you happy. You know, it's your vacation too.
What makes me
I know.
happy is seeing you in person and giving you a giant hug.
Yay! that
And
makes me happy
eating
too.
some of your food because
Yeah.
you're
No.
not going
Yeah.
to eat it all, so I'll help.
Especially when
No.
I get those warm cookies at night with that Mickey premium ice cream bar and sandwich those suckers and just make a big, huge treat out of it.
That does sound so good.
Anyway, I digress.
Those
I
are my
can
bad
I can
nights.
just feel myself gaining the weight
I
thinking
know.
about it.
You can't do it every night. It has to be a special occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, staterooms.
They do look
We
lovely.
we are the staterooms on the Treasure are themed after Aladdin,
Mm-hmm.
Pocahontas, Encanto, Up, Finding Nemo, and Luca. And I thought when I first looked at this months ago, I thought it was just Aladdin and Pocahontas. I didn't realize there were theming for the others. But I think that's really cool. We are in a stateroom that is Pocahontas themed. That is our
Are
stateroom.
you? I need to
Uh-huh.
see what I'm in.
Well,
Yeah, how can I see what they look like?
if you don't mind texting or sharing your
State
um
room Pocahontas. I
Oh,
want to see what it looks like.
yeah, because I didn't check out what
Ooh. That is so pretty.
sorry for
So
dead
the main
silence.
thing that changes is like the mural that's on the wall above the headboard of the bed. And I really, really like the Aladdin one, but the Pocahontas one is just as beautiful.
Mine's Aladdin. I think. Yeah, mine's Aladdin looking.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Does
got
it
the
have
Aladdin
like
palace and it's got them flying on the magic carpet, Aladdin and
yeah, and it's
Jasmine.
got the 3 arches that sort of break up the painting
Yeah,
into
they're
3
pretty.
sections. That is
Yeah.
so pretty. I really, really like that suite.
Yay.
so
I'm
we're
looking forward to
Pocahontas
that.
themed.
Yeah, we're Pocahontas, and here I
Love
actually
Pocahontas.
found photo of what it looks like because this is just a quick little screen share. We're not doing this for the whole video like we did last time. Let's see here.
We had a lot of valuable information on that one though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
those
right.
photos. That was cool.
Gonna get out a picture in picture. Present now. Here we go.
Gotta watch us on YouTube.
So
So you
this
can
is what it looks
see.
like. You can see there
Yeah.
you've got Pocahontas in her canoe on the river, and you've got I wish there was a oh yes, here we go. This one is more of a direct shot. You can kind of
Oh,
see
nice.
it there.
That's
I'm
pretty.
trying to zoom in and it's not working.
That's okay, honey. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's clear though, and it's really pretty.
Yeah, and you can see the trees on either side. The Aladdin rooms, of course, those are the ones that are displayed on the website. And then this one here, I think, is the Up because you've got Paradise Falls there.
Oh, I love Up.
And then Encanto, you said? Here it is. It's got Casita. It's got Casita in the background.
Very
And
cute.
they're all very pretty. Okay, enough of that.
Yeah. Beautiful. The Aladdin one's really pretty too with the palace, and then it's got them off on the flying carpet over there on the left. It's really
Yeah.
pretty. They're very pretty.
I think I like the Aladdin one the best, but that might just be because the rest of the ship is mostly themed after Aladdin. You know, because treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Such a
here,
wonderful theming.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the window and I'm going to share the picture. This is our stateroom. And it doesn't quite make it quite big enough, but
But that's the Aladdin stateroom.
well, you're right. But it said this was the stateroom we're in, so maybe it's wrong.
I think it's just
Because
I
I
think
asked it to look
Maybe
it
it
up.
shows them all the same. I told it the same thing to look at mine, and it showed the Aladdin. But well, I guess we may not know till we get on board.
yeah, we may not.
Now
How
I
did
did
you
find
figure out that it was Pocahontas?
because I found someone had done a spreadsheet and it showed the stateroom and what it was.
Oh, cool.
And so according to them, to that site, our stateroom is Pocahontas.
Me
So
currently Googling that so that I can figure that out myself. Yeah, Disney Treasure stateroom themes list by deck.
and
Uh,
then
Deck 2 is Aladdin and Pocahontas. Deck 6 is Aladdin and Pocahontas. Deck 7, Aladdin and Pocahontas.
I think we're both on deck 6, right?
we're on
Yeah.
deck 6. Are you on deck
We
6?
are too. Yeah.
Okay.
Here is the full list of the individual rooms and their themes.
Yeah, you're on Disney Cruise, right? Family.
Yeah, Disney Cruise Family Travel Blog.
So hopefully they're right. But thank you for creating that little spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And according to them, it's Pocahontas. So you're right. The other one must have just given a stock image.
What does it
Yeah.
show for 6074?
6074.
Aladdin.
Okay, so it did show the right picture then. All right.
Yep.
And we are 6062.
So we're close.
We're close.
Very
to
We're
one.
on
close.
the same side, just a few cabins down.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's even got the occupancy number. So 6062 says 3.
Yeah, which is what I wanted because we
Yeah.
didn't need more than 3.
Yay.
And 6074 says 4?
Yep, hers could because see she has a queen bed, a single convertible sofa, and an upper berth. that
Yeah.
can pull down.
Oh, I thought it was talking about the occupancy of how many people in a
It
party
is.
were staying in that room.
It is how many
Oh.
will sleep, but we like to have more room.
It's how many will
Yeah.
sleep, Sophie, not how many
Okay.
are in that
Yeah, I'm like,
reservation.
how
Yeah.
on earth did they know how many people were staying in one room?
Yeah, just
That's
how
what I
many
was
it can.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you
It's
know what
gonna
would
be
be
so
really
much
cool?
fun.
You know what would be really cool is
What?
it was showing further down on the Disney Treasure page. It was showing where was it? Deck plans.
Oh yeah.
It was showing something about the tomorrow, like, oh, I can't find it now.
What exactly is it?
Like a really fancy stateroom that's like Tomorrowland or something.
Wow.
Ooh.
I'd love to have one of those special suites.
Yeah, and I can't find it now. So, oh well. But
Nice.
but anyway, so yeah, the staterooms. I mean, we got a veranda. Brenda, you got a veranda. The beauty of having
Tomorrow Tower Suite?
yeah, that's it.
Found it.
So
It is beautiful.
Yeah. Very
But
That's inspired by Epcot though.
right. But what's really cool though about all this is the staterooms bring such a relaxation into your stay because you're on a cruise and you don't have to go like you do when you're at Disney World.
That's right.
And so having a veranda, being able to sit out and watch the ocean go by is so peaceful.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
there have been times we sat out on the veranda and we just took a nap, and it was so relaxing to do that. So
It's wonderful.
yeah. So there is so much to do on all these ships, and we just barely touched the surface of it. The food is going to be incredible. The entertainment, there's more than just those 3 shows to do. There's other things to do throughout,
Yeah, all day long, every day.
We didn't talk about the pools and the adult only areas, and we didn't talk about the Aquamouse and
I'm
everything like
excited
that.
for that
We didn't
because that
even
one
get
has
into
an
that.
inner tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sports deck. We didn't talk about the spa. We didn't talk about a lot of the offerings.
We didn't talk about fireworks at sea.
Yeah.
We
didn't talk about the Eastern Caribbean itinerary that we're going to.
No, we haven't.
So we're going to save all that for a future episode.
Oh my gosh, so much to do.
Just a little teaser. Disney is the only cruise line that does fireworks when they're out at sea.
That's
yeah.
Right.
Everyone else that does the fireworks, they're docked at port. Disney is the only one that does it at sea. And the only reason they do that and the reason they're able to is because they use a special firework that turns into fish food so it doesn't pollute the waters and kill the fish.
Yeah.
And so they're paying.
Tap off pirate night.
It is an awesome night, and it is so cool to see. And because you're out in the open, it's like and the fireworks aren't going up as high as I think they do at Disney World. So they're closer. So when they boom, they boom.
Yeah.
And you really feel it. And it's just really cool. So
cool.
So be ready. Get ready. There's more that we haven't even talked about on this ship yet. But that'll be episodes, I think, down the road, especially as we get closer when we start fine-tuning excursions, itinerary, what we're going to do. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So,
yep. So much fun.
All right. Well, I think we had a lot of fun talking about our feature topic. And so, Sophie, it's time for This Day in Disney History. So go to it.
All right. Sorry, I was too busy looking at the Disney treasure. I have my history, though. Don't worry. I just needed to click off the page. All right. The year is 1967.
Okay. Before I was born.
Yes. Just 1 year before you were born. You're just a wee little baby. Anyway, May 12th, 1967. Florida's Governor Claude R. Kirk Jr. signs legislation enabling the Walt Disney Productions operation of Walt Disney World. Thus, the Reedy Creek Improvement District is created, and out of this district, the cities Lake Buena Vista and Bay Lake are established. Now, Florida taxpayers will not have to spend public money on Disney construction, and the Disney Company will not have to rely on state agencies for approval of anything built. Because Disney has so many plans for the theme park, the company decides to build it in phases. Phase 1 will consist of a theme park, 2 resort hotels called the Tempo Bay Resort Hotel and the Polynesian Village Resort, and a campground. The theme park will be a larger version of the Disneyland park. The park and the 2 hotels will be situated around a large man-made lagoon.
Later named the Contemporary Resort.
Yeah, maybe
Isn't
it was
that
called
funny?
Tempo because it was meant to be temporary or something. I don't know.
That I did not know the Tempo Bay Resort Hotel name. That
Me
is
neither, because
cool.
by the time 1971 came around, they had changed it. I wonder what was the history with that.
Yeah.
Very
Might
curious
be
now.
worth researching for a further episode, huh?
Yeah,
Maybe.
That's cool. Well, that is
very
awesome.
cool.
Thank you, Sophie. Great
Thank you,
history.
Sophie.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right.
Time to stump the Soph. Da, da,
I
da.
have 2 clues.
That
You're
just
clueless, really,
proves
because
that
she's
it's
going to get
going
it
to
right
be
away.
super easy.
It is not discussed. That's clue 1. Clue
Okay.
2 is not Gusteau.
Okay, I'm gonna need
All right. Who is it, Soph?
it would be
Oh
really
my
funny if I end
God.
up getting this on
I
the
know,
first
that would be
go.
hilarious.
How
Oh my
about
gosh.
this?
I'm gonna say Edna Mode.
No. Let me give you a
Dang
real
it.
clue.
Okay.
This character is fascinated by astronomy, though they have only known the ocean.
Astronomy, ocean. Astronomy, ocean.
I'm only getting one person on that, and I know that's not it.
Moana is not a Pixar character, and she
That's
is
what it
obsessed
was.
with the ocean. Astronomy, ocean, astronomy, ocean. It's probably from Finding Nemo of some kind. Second clue?
This character lives beneath the waves.
Yeah, I kind of got that from the ocean.
And okay, I'll extend that. And dreams of exploring the world above the surface.
Now, wait a minute. Ariel is not a Pixar character.
I didn't say it was Ariel. Did you?
Well, go on then.
um if this character's skin gets wet,
What?
Luca's a Pixar movie. Isn't it?
hmm?
Luca's a Pixar movie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's Luca.
It is Luca. It was
Yay!
either Luca or it was Alberto Scorfano. It
But
was one or the other.
Alberto is not obsessed with the stars.
That's right.
Very good, Sophie. Yay!
Oh my gosh.
That was
That
good,
took a
wasn't
bit
it?
longer than I hoped it would, but I got it.
But the
So
first 2 clues were just jokes, though. That's why.
that's true.
They were.
It
But-
wasn't Gusteau, and it wasn't Disco.
So it's Luca from Luca.
Very good.
All
Very
right.
good.
Well, good
All
job,
right, Sophie.
Sophie. And that was
Yay.
all coincidence because I didn't even think about and didn't even realize about the Luca themed rooms.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Okay. I actually want to see what the Luca themed rooms look like now. Luca State Room Treasure.
I wonder if they have anything to do with
Okay,
astronomy.
that is beautiful. It's got a ocean view of the town of Portarossa.
Okay.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
All the artwork on the ships is fabulous.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That is so pretty. I'm going to send that to you. And if anyone else is curious, just Google it. That's all it took.
Nice. Very nice.
All right. Well, Brenda, you want to close us out with a little bit of Walt?
I sure do. To be successful, you must be unique. You must be so different that if people want what you have, they must come to you to get it. Walt Disney.
Walt Disney.
Boy, did he capitalize on that thought, because
Yeah.
he is the only one.
He is
He's
the
probably
one
one-
and only Walt.
Yeah.
That's right. Visionary of
Honestly?
visionaries.
Yeah, he's one of the most unique people I think that have ever walked this earth.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Well, Sophie and I, we have a couple weeks break from Aunt Brenda.
Whatever are we gonna do?
We're going to do some shows that we find interesting that she's like, you can have them.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's not exactly what I said. I just said
No,
I'll be on my
it's not.
sunset balcony enjoying the Mediterranean while you're doing them.
So, Brenda,
Honestly,
if
sounds
you
like a
feel
great
like it, maybe record a couple videos on your stops and just say, and text them to us.
Okay.
And we'll include them and say, this is where Brenda is.
All
And
right.
we'll include them in
Yeah.
the podcast. What do you think?
I will be happy to.
Okay, just short little ditties. Don't waste time. Too much time anyway.
Mhm.
Show you where I am.
I
Wherever
would
I'm
love
gonna be.
that. I would love that. So, but Brenda, you have a wonderful trip. You and Butch
Thank
just
you.
have so much fun. Just reunite with one another and enjoy what God has given us.
Thank you very, very much. Yes. And my sister and her husband and my cousin and his wife, we're all going to go to a couple places where our grandparents came from. So it's going to be
Nice.
awesome.
That's
We're on
awesome.
a hunt.
I can't wait to hear all about it. When she gets back, people, she's going to be talking us all about it and telling us what her trip looked like. But for us, next week, Sophie and I will be going solo. It'll be like back in the day, won't it, Sophie?
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to take that trip down memory lane.
Well, we are anyway, and we're going to talk about the best animated shows you can find on Disney Plus.
Which is a good show topic.
Yeah. What do you think, Sophie? Top 3?
Only top 3?
You want to do top 5?
Daddy, I came up with a list.
Okay.
Ooh.
So how many you have on your list?
It's separated into different categories.
Okay. Well, pick out your top 5 out of that list and maybe text me that list so I don't have to do any research.
Okay, Daddy.
That's awesome. I
I'll
can't
leave
wait
the
to
Star
hear
Wars
it.
ones to you, okay?
Okay. All right. Well, that's next week. Best animated shows you can find on Disney Plus. But until next week, we hope you all have a wonderful week. Remember to share a smile. Share your smile, because you never know who needed that smile. And and
Definitely a
hopefully
better
it looks
smile
better
than
than my
ours.
smile, because I don't want people to think you're a weirdo or something.
Yeah, or me.
No.
Oh, they're hilarious.
Anyway, we hope you have a great week, and we will see you on the road. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. See you on the flip side.